I said I wasn't going to touch the topic no more, but apparently more news has to come out about it. The PlayStation 1 Classic, yes, more news has come out about it. It's still not a month old. Let's get that perfectly clear first. This fucking machine from Sony is not even 1 month. It has not been on the market for 30 days. You feel what I'm saying here? Fucking now it's multiple sources that are reporting that the Sony PlayStation Classic is a failure. This article I have linked down in the description is not the first one I've read or seen to say that the machine is a failure. Hell, I've been saying the machine was a failure before it even launched. So they go on into detail as to why it's a failure, which is every reason we've all said a million times. So I can't really argue with him on that. He was like, PlayStation got a lot of clout for the damn library of games on there, and which is rightfully justified. Excuse me. Because while they praise Tekken 3 being on there, they overlook Twisted Metal. They overlook Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil. And even though Resident Evil is on there, people feel like it should have been Resident Evil 2. They feel like Silent Hill should have been on there. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon. Shit people know about. I don't know why in the fuck Sony went the route they did. I mean, it's just fucked up. But now that it's been confirmed by multiple sources that the PS1 Classic is a failure, Reggie, Nintendo, don't let Sony soil this legacy of classic consoles. Don't let them take that. Because the miniature retro plug and plays that you produced, now that the Sony PlayStation 1 Classic, Mini, whatever you want to call it, is considered a commercial failure not even a month after it's been released. We need you to do one more fucking console. That way the miniatures can get the respect back. You feel what I'm saying? These fucking consoles, man. I said it in a past video. I said Nintendo basically was giving us a love letter with these little miniature plug and plays. Now, you might not feel that way. And you might be like, well, I can pick and choose the games I would rather have on a Nintendo Classic. While that's true, I'm not looking at it as a Nintendo fan. I'm looking at it as a Nintendo collector enthusiast. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not looking at it as a Nintendo fan. I collect Nintendo shit. Okay, I have a big ass library of Nintendo 64 games, 3DS games, Switch games, and so on. And I can honestly say that the games on the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic better represent the time frame in which that console was released better, and they do it with more of a, you're our fans, we know this is what you expect from this system, better than Sony does. Now, I've said that before, that's nothing new. All this is actually nothing new. If you've been following me for a while, you know I expected this fucking system to fail out the gate, and I had every reason to. Everybody should have been really cautious about this fucking machine from the way Sony went about announcing it to the fucking release. Everything was wrong. There was never any doubt this motherfucker was gonna fail. Cause the one thing they knew was PS1 Classic is what everybody wants. They didn't give a fuck about any other fucking aspect of the machine. Shit, they cheaped out on the emulation, the games. I wish I could say the design, but that's the only thing they got right. Isn't that weird? I mean, it was open source. And it's superior to the technology in the Super NES and NES too. How the fuck is it, Sony, your shit runs better on Nintendo than the company it was made for? How the fuck did you manage to do that? Could you imagine Nintendo releasing the Nintendo 64 Mini, and instead of picking the games they know for a fact are the best of the Nintendo 64, they put on games that the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1 had in common, and they choose the Nintendo 64 version of those games, and those are the actual crappier versions of those games? Because PlayStation, that's what you did here. You created a system in which everybody was hype about, they were excited for, because they didn't know where the next miniature console was coming from. And when I say Nintendo is basically giving us a love letter, it's a respectable fucking product. PlayStation had nothing in it, basically fucking spit in your face, and basically said you're a piece of shit for following us for all these fucking years. Okay? Not one game is respectable on that fucking console. And yes, that includes Metal Gear, Resident Evil, Taken 3, Twisted Metal. That includes those games. And the reason those games are included is because PlayStation, you did a shitty fucking thing, and that was made half of the fucking catalog completely fucking useless by making it the PAL version of the fucking game. Wow, it couldn't get no worse until that information came out. Like, think about that. Everybody was already questioning the library, and instead of helping it at all, you actually hurt it more. So, this article is not wrong, okay? The system is a failure. For fuck's sakes, I was just out this past Sunday. It's fixed to be Christmas tomorrow. Excuse me, tomorrow. It is Christmas Eve. This video will go up, still be Christmas Eve. And by the time you might see it, it'll be probably Christmas, the day after Christmas, or even New Year, whatever the case may be. My point is this. Even with the holiday 2 days away from when I'm talking about this, you can still find a stack. A fucking stack. Meaning more than 3 fucking consoles anywhere you want to go. GameStop has this look on their face as soon as you walk in, as if you buy this, this, and this, will give you that fucking thing for free because they can't get rid of it. That's the first thing to let you know this system is shit. When a game company can't get rid of your shit. You feel me? I'm sorry that rhymed. It just goes together and is facts. If a game store can't get rid of it, and it's a gaming product, it's shit. That is as simple as that. Walmart and Target and Best Buy, having stacks of that there makes sense. But at a gaming store, a dedicated gaming store, they can't get rid of it. And this has become a big thing with failures. Okay, Fallout 76, Battlefield 5, Tomb Raider, and the PlayStation Classic have all fallen victim to this one fucking thing. A price cut before the end of the month. Over 30% off. For most of them. Think about that. Now if something sucks, instead of just taking the damn thing back, the developers have the nerve to cut the price to fuck over the guys who bought it first. Where's the trust at? I'm being honest with you. I didn't want to make no more videos about the PlayStation Classic because you saw in the last video I was already irritated because more news kept coming out about it. But Sony, this is a really big fail for you. Like, this F isn't just F. No, this F is like capital, cock to the side, like devastating failure. Okay, everything you've ever come out with has made a decent amount of money and wasn't considered a failure right out the gate. This thing, which is supposed to commemorate, I don't know how many years in gaming you have. I don't follow you that closely. But it's supposed to, fuck is the word I'm trying to say here? Charisminate? I don't know what I'm trying to say there. You know what I'm trying to say there. It's supposed to be a good thing. And PlayStation It's the worst thing on the fucking market. Even worse than the WWE 2K18. Worse than Duke Nukem Forever. Hell, it's worse than At Games Sega Genesis plug and plays. It's worse than that. That's how bad the PlayStation 1 Classic is. Now I'm hoping this can be the true blue last video I make talking about this. But I did want to wait until multiple sources were coming out to talk about this thing being a failure, because I already knew that. I just wanted it to be confirmed by multiple articles. And this is the second one that I've seen since I saw it last week from another source. So it is official now. The PlayStation 1 Classic. It came, it fucked it up, and it left a shit show in its fucking wake. Alright? Nothing successful about this machine. I love the PlayStation 1 generation. I have a PlayStation 1 still. You won't be able to tell me anything different. The PlayStation 1 Classic had a blueprint for success from A to B to launch to printing money. Nintendo did it twice before PlayStation ever thought of it. PlayStation, you had the blueprints. You were set up for success. You failed so bad, I don't got nothing else.